All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Car Talk Podcast 42. Today we are here with the Chiz, Coderman, Marco from Car Guy 11, Gregory Salvatore, and No Go Garage. So our main topic for today, we're going to be talking about the new Camaro redesign that Chevy recently came out with. When Greg brings up the picture, you guys can form your own opinions.
You mean you don't like it?
I think Chevy kind of shot themselves in the foot on this one.
Yeah, I think for the 6th gen, they did not do a good enough job differentiating it from the 5th gen, and now they wanted to make it look different, and they actually made it look worse. So.
Yeah, I remember actually seeing a picture that was going around Facebook that had the new 2019 Mustang redesign on the top, and it says Ford made shitty redesign or something like that, and then on the bottom it has the SS Camaro, the new one, with that redesign. It was like,
it says "Hold my beer."
we make the best shitty redesign or whatever, and then Chevy's like, hold my beer.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hey, Greg, you got the pictures?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here is the new front end of the new Camaro.
Lord. Holy.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Mm-hmm.
You know
like
what?
Novitaz said in the comments on one of my Instagram posts, he was like, it looks like a drunk guy smiling.
It almost looks like the front end of the new Silverado with the headlights. With
Yeah.
Except they made the whole front end that awkward.
Yeah, I don't know. What's everyone else's thoughts on the new front end, and then we'll go to the back end.
I think that the front end on the SS is the only problem I really have with it is that it looks too much like a Dodge.
It's like if you mix a Ford Mustang front end with a Dodge Charger front end. It's like if they had a baby, it would make that pretty much.
Yeah, the Charger so much. But, here's the thing. On this picture, the front end doesn't look nearly as bad. I'm just going to bring it up as that.
Yeah, that's the 4-cylinder and V6 models.
I mean, it's just that they like elongate, they made the grill wider. They went back to almost the 5th gen width of the grill. And I mean, it doesn't look good. I mean, I don't care how aerodynamic it is. There's a lot of companies out there who are making more aerodynamic cars and are doing it better.
Is there another picture of the SS? That a different angle?
There's a straight on. That's the back end. There's the front end. Different angle.
You can also tell they did some different stuff with the. It looks almost like it has like the C7 part on the hood.
Yeah, the vents on the hood. Yeah, which it looks very small on that large hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a definite yes to that. I don't know, it's just weird. Like the SS one, like the Chevy emblem being where it is, looks kind of off place.
Yeah.
Like if it was up further, it might not be as terrible. But I don't know.
And
what do you guys think?
Is that like the bumper beam they're trying to cover with that black piece? I mean,
so I'm sure.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And here's the thing: is that if people were saying fake grill. Now, I don't know if this is a functional grill or a fake grill. If it's a fake grill, then it's just ridiculous. I mean, that's like the Ram Air on the 5th gen. It was non-functional. Yeah. Like, why would you put that? It looks horrible on it. On the 5th gen, the 6-cylinder looks better in the front end because it doesn't have that nail slot. I always thought it was functional until like last year when I bought my car and I went, oh, it's not.
Yeah. Oh, this damn camera.
You should bring up the 6th gen just for comparison.
The 6th gen refresh or the version before that?
Just the 20.
Oh, the 6th. I thought you said 5th. Never mind. Sorry.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can find something.
So, Brady, what do you think about the new redesign for the Camaro?
Somebody, I don't remember who it was, said it looks a lot like a Charger front end. I see that, and then I see the Silverado point too. It kind of looks like if Dodge wanted to make like a muscle truck. And like, I don't know if you noticed, but the ride height looks like it's an inch or two higher than what it would normally be on like a 6th gen, because it looks like it rides like a truck.
Yeah, I can kind of see that actually.
In that first picture, not so much. No, that's a 6th gen. Never mind.
There's
This one's a 6th gen.
Yeah.
What it used to be.
Is that the SS?
No,
No,
No, I think that's a RS.
that gray one up there in the top right is the SS. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Looking at it now, that's got quite a bit more than I thought there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe it's the angle of the photos.
That's what I want to see. That angle, this different angle.
Especially here, like that. And that grill is definitely bigger.
Yeah, that one's definitely bigger.
But
I think if maybe they put the Chevy emblem up there where it used to be, it might not look so odd.
I did see
It'd probably look around the same, maybe.
I did see that. And here's the thing about that, though. Now, the ZL1 needs the air. We know that engine needs the air.
No, yeah.
Does this need the air? Because taking that bow tie out, I forget what the number is of how much air that bow tie actually produces more, and putting that in that bumper guard or cover or whatever you want to call it could actually generate a lot of air. So, I mean, if it needs it, fine. I have no problem with something that's functional and necessity. I'll sacrifice looks for, functionality in that type of scenario.
Well, what's funny is if that is the bumper beam, then there's a hole in the bumper.
Well, that's true too. That's true too. If that's a bumper beam and it's just going into nothing, yeah.
Yeah, Jacob in the comments he typed when plastic surgery goes wrong.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
it's true.
If I look at these two cars, I really don't know that I see that. I mean, they opened it up a little bit. It's kind of the opposite of what they did with the 5th gen. In the 5th gen, they had the large open grill, and then they narrowed it down in the refresh. Here, they did the exact opposite. Because here, look at how narrow that is.
Yep.
And then they opened it up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like these shooting in.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, the SS isn't terrible. It's not great, but it isn't horrible. But that's just fugly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you want to show us the taillights on the new redesign? I'll be honest. I personally don't like those too well.
I do. I like them. I think.
I mean, I kind of do, but I kind of don't.
I think the photography, the fact that they're on, it's glowing. It's not going to look like that. It's going to look better than that when you see them in person. But I like that throwback to the Chevy 4-round lights. I like it better than what they did with the refresh of the 5th gen and the 6th gen. I mean, the 6th gen looks good, but I like these too.
What did you say? No.
I mean, other than the front end, does anybody see any other glaring issues with the car?
Is there any real pictures of the car or only Chevy's press pictures?
All we have are Chevy's press pictures. That's all I've seen.
Mm-hmm. Is the spoiler the same?
Did the hips get wider in the back, or is it just the lighting?
Let me go back to. Let me see.
I think it's the same.
Yeah. That's the Hennessy, but
That's a ZL1.
How about that white one?
I have a.
That's just a regular ducktail one.
I don't know. It looks like they may have made it wider in the back too.
That's possible.
Maybe, I mean, is it going to accommodate a bigger tire, or is it just aesthetics at that point?
Well, no, because they won't change. They won't change this. They're not going to change that. It's just the back end, like that. That's part of the unibody. They don't usually touch that in a refresh.
Yeah,
That's true.
True. Here's a good question. How long do you guys think the refresh is going to last before they either come out with like a 7th gen Camaro or they attempt to refresh it again?
2 years. I think
2-3 years maybe.
If nobody buys it, 2 years.
I think it depends on how successful this one is.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if this one flops, then they're going to have to refresh it faster.
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
So back to the taillights, they went back to the Ford taillight design, like the sort of like the Corvettes, the C6s, where the previous 6th gen was like the C7 that had the the squared off taillights. So does that mean the new Corvette's going to get the oval or round taillights again too?
I don't know about that one. That might be a little different because I mean everybody's kind of or not, maybe not everyone, but a lot of people have warmed up to the new C7 taillights, and if they change it again, I don't know. I mean, they might do it for the mid-engine car when that comes out.
That's what I'm talking.
That could be a possibility.
Yeah.
I'm curious if anybody thinks there's anything else besides the front end that they're just hate about this car.
Why? Do you have something, Greg?
I'd like to talk about what they did well.
Okay.
Because the one thing that they did do that they went back to, they haven't done this in a long time, is when you see that driving down the road, you will never mistake it for an SS again.
That is true.
That's what they did right. I mean, if you look back, if you look at especially the like the 3rd gen, you could tell the difference between a V8 and a V6. You could always tell the difference, even if it was just something with the headlights, and they got away from that. I mean, literally, my car, the difference between my car and the V8 version is that mail slot. There is no difference in the car. You can't tell the difference driving down the street, other than little things like mine has 18-inch rims on it. Mine doesn't have a spoiler. I don't think there was a spoiler delete option on an SS. So I think that that's going to be a success, that when you buy an SS, you're not going to be mistaken for a 6-cylinder.
That is true. Because they're completely different. I think even with like the pre-refresh 6 gens, you really couldn't tell that much, could you?
Not really. There were some. The 6-cylinder was more aerodynamic, and the SS was more aggressive, but it was so subtle the average person would miss it, and even some enthusiasts at a quick glance wouldn't see it. It was just for fuel mileage.
Do you think the 1LE version is going to be any different?
Well, actually, they did show, what was it, the 4-cylinder 1LE now, right, Greg?
Yeah, there's now a 4-cylinder 1LE, which I commented it on mine that on my video that I did that there it is there. So there you go. It still has that. It has a black right underneath there, but that's really the only difference. The thing about the 1LE, I think that having a 1LE and a 4-cylinder is okay for someone who's just getting started out on a track and going to take it to the track and race it to learn on it. The problem is that over 90% of these cars will never see a track, and it looks stupid on the street.
So the lip spoiler in the front, I don't even see that on the SS.
Well, this is the 1LE.
Yeah, so
So in the SS, it's well, actually, I see something there, but
it looks like just underneath.
yeah, but I mean, the 1LE version would have.
Yeah, the 1LE version of the SS. That's kind of, you would think the SS would have that standard, but
Yeah, you'd think the SS would have a little bit more arrow on the front than
yeah,
it
it looks
does.
so high. Like the chin looks so high up.
Yeah, I
Is
can
this
also see
car
what Brady was
looking-
saying earlier, how it looks a little higher up than the previous 6th gen. It does
Yeah, I
look
don't
a
know if
little
it's
bit
the
higher.
angle. I don't know if it's the photo's angle or the lighting
Could
or
be.
what, but it looks like a lot of gap.
There's this black thing underneath it, and that's lowering it down, but I don't know what that exactly is.
That's just the rubber flaps. My Corvette has that as well, just to block the air for the tires.
Hmm.
Does anyone else have any initial thoughts? Like, what does everyone like? Hate it? Do you love it? What's your overall thoughts on it? Let's start with Jacob. What's your overall thoughts on it?
Hey, like I said, I thought it was plastic surgery gone wrong. But hey, if it sells, it sells. Who cares?
Okay, so Coderman, what do you think?
I like elements of the design, just not the final package. This, to me, the first time I saw it, looked like the concept car had rolled off the line.
Okay, Marco, what do you think?
I don't really like it, but I hope the interior maybe is spruced up a little bit. They didn't really talk about the interior, I don't think, but
I think the interior is probably going to be the same, most
Yeah.
likely.
It's identical.
I mean, they could have.
Okay.
I would have rather them spent the money in sprucing up the interior a little bit because there's a lot of cheap plastics in there still.
Well, we are talking about GM here. Like, even Ford still has the cheap plastics, too. Even Dodge does. So, it's just an American car thing, I guess. So, Greg, what's your overall thoughts?
Well, I mean, honestly, the SS is kind. I mean, I'm not thrilled with the front end, but if I were looking to buy an SS, that front end, the more I look at it, the more it wouldn't necessarily deter me. I would rather have the current 6th gen than this, but it's not killing me like I did the first time I saw it. But you know, here's the thing: is that I might kind of look at now. I would have an SS that doesn't look like a 6th cylinder. The 6 cylinders, I think you're going to lose sales because it doesn't look like the SS. I mean, I think it's a mistake, but you know, here's the most interesting thing. Both Mustang and Camaro have come out with the anti-collision, front anti-collision
If you turn it down a little bit, that'd be good.
stuff. And the funny thing is how many, you know, it's not going to be easy to turn off. And how many people are going to take this to the track or weave in and out of the highway or try to do something stupid with it and race and forget to turn it off, and they're going to go up to draft somebody or ride somebody's bumper. It's just going to keep stopping them.
That'd be pretty bad on a track. Like, you're trying to catch up to someone and you're drafting them, and then you get close or go to pass them, and then, oh, brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be so good at all.
And you know, it's
But-
not going to be just a quick little button to turn it off.
Yeah, it'll probably be some
You'll
bullshit
probably have the
scenario you
race
gotta go
mode,
through.
and that'll automatically turn it off. But you really shouldn't be driving around in race mode on the. I should say the average person should not be driving around in race mode on the street.
True. Birdie, what's your overall thoughts of it?
The only word that comes to mind is butterface.
Nice.
That's a interesting way to describe it. Okay, so any more thoughts on the Camaro, or should we switch it up to another topic? Get this damn camera situated. Wish damn camera on my laptop wouldn't have took a shit. Would be nice.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just have to buy the ZL1 because it didn't change, right?
Yeah, the ZL1 hasn't changed. The ZL1 will look the same, which
Thank
I'm
God.
sitting here like, thank Jesus. Like, thank God for that. So for our next topic, which is from Petrolhead, he has a YouTube channel. Definitely check him out. Because I did a post on my Instagram asking for people to give us some topics for the next podcast. So the next one's from Petrolhead. The most fun car you can buy for $5,000, in your personal opinion.
All right, I got one. If I were
What's
going
that,
to buy
Greg?
$5,000 to buy an extra car, like this is not a daily driver kind of thing. It's something to have. I think I've been watching Fastest Cars on Netflix. I think I'd go to the junkyard, buy a beater, and put an engine in it, and like a drag car, a street legal drag. That's what I would do with $5,000.
I like
Now,
it.
what
That's a
would
good
the
one.
beater car be, though?
Depends on what I could find. I mean, doesn't really matter what it is. It's a POS. The lightest thing I could find. It would just be, something that doesn't have a rusted frame that can hold a big engine and just go.
That would work. Anybody else got any ideas on a car for $5,000 that could be fun?
I would try and find a Jeep Cherokee XJ as cheap as possible with an inline six motor and throw just a giant turbo in it and just send it.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Y'all already know what I'm gonna say.
We'll say it.
Absolutely, 87, 93 Fox body.
Yes,
No doubt.
let's go.
Cheap as fuck to buy, cheap as fuck to modify.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
You would know.
So much fun for $5,000.
Yeah, I can vouch for that one. Well, you probably got a little bit more than that into yours, though.
Yeah, a couple dollars more.
Wait, how much did you get yours for? I forget.
I paid $4 for mine.
That's not
Okay.
bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. So, Coderman, you got one?
Yeah, I'd go with a Crown Vic, strip it, and put an engine in it.
I love it.
Yep, that'll work.
I dig it. I dig it.
I'd say like a first gen Miata. They're cheap and fun to if you want to get into racing or autocross. Something.
Yeah, I was about to say, them things are fun to autocross. They just tear up circuits.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest, I don't even know what the hell I'd pick. I mean, I've kind of proven the point to myself that I can pretty much have fun with almost anything. Hence, I had fun on a back road with a Malibu, for fuck's sake. So, I mean, I think about anything will work. And, I mean, Brady, we've had some fun times in your Focus, your 2007 base model Focus. So, I mean, and that's probably around in that area of price, I'm guessing, right?
I only paid $2,500 for that.
So, yeah, that's in the price range. Hell, even the Malibu that I kind of hooned around a back road was, that was like $1,500. So it's like, you can pretty much have fun with anything you want as long as you can drive it and not crash. But, so everybody went, right?
Yep.
Alrighty, so our next topic will be, okay, so this guy said best daily shootout, so I'm guessing he means what we all think would be the best daily, is my guess of what he means by that.
I think it depends on what you do for the day and where you live. There's going to
That's
be
also
definitely
true.
locations.
Yeah.
Also, if it's your only car or
Yeah, true.
Well, I mean, if you're talking to a car guy, a daily driver is not what's in the garage. It's what you drive back and forth to work.
Yeah.
Because to everybody else, a daily, what we call a daily, is their car.
Yeah.
Our cars,
you only-
in an ideal situation, our cars would sit in a garage until the weekend.
Yeah.
Or whenever you can have fun with it, at least.
I don't agree with that.
I'd say
In an
it. Me
ideal
personally, I would
situation,
say
our
a
cars
truck.
would be in the garage. I don't agree.
I don't know. I mean, my Jeep Wrangler is a pretty damn good daily driver.
Is it still loud as fuck, Jacob?
It's still loud as hell.
I would say for a daily, my best daily would be a Harley Softail.
Ooh.
Great on gas, back and forth to work, just sips gas. You still got the sound, you still got the power.
Yeah. Good point.
I don't know whether Lindsay in the comments was talking about the last topic or this one, but she said Pontiac Vibe GT.
That's the last topic.
Yeah.
Last topic.
It's such a mom car, you know, of
Of course, Lindsay.
until she's a mom.
I think
Yeah.
an ideal daily would be Trailblazer SS.
That would be good.
Yeah.
You could have a little fun with it. When need be.
Grand Cherokee SRT.
Nice.
That would work. That would definitely work. Hell, even the Trackhawk would probably be a fun one too.
Jesus. Oh my god.
The second gen.
When you start talking, the SRT, the Trackhawk, you start talking about cars like that. That is taking money from your weekend car.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
Usually your
True.
daily is
Usually your daily's probably like some piece of shit beater or
gas
something.
mileage.
Jay, you're like, we're only looking at your forehead.
Fuck. Damn piece of shit.
I'd do a first gen Raptor for a daily.
Nice.
Stay, motherfucker. Sorry. I'm literally like wedging the freaking camera between the chair that is basically my desk right now and the top of the laptop, so you can kind of see how well that's working.
John, what was the weather like in Maryland today?
Actually, pretty good. It was a little chilly, but it was not bad. It was I think it's low 50s, maybe high 40s.
It was 95 today.
Wow.
Jesus.
Where are you at? Where are you at?
Arizona, 8 miles from the Mexican border.
Ooh.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think I'd want it to be 95 though.
Yeah, 95 is a little bit much.
It was 28
Yeah,
here.
because it's fucking April. It's next 4 months.
How do you think we feel? It's been snowing in April.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, what the fuck?
Hey, it's been nice down here in April. Here in North Carolina.
Oh, lucky
No.
you. Mr. North Carolina.
We haven't had snow since March.
We just had snow last week.
So I gotta say, Jacob.
I'm sorry, bro.
It's supposed to be 60 on Saturday and snow on Sunday.
It's supposed to be in the 80s here on the weekend.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry, Jay.
Wait, it's supposed to be 78 on the weekend here in Pittsburgh. So I don't know.
I don't know.
But
You
it's
know,
still-
Pennsylvania, Maryland, they're both fucking bipolar as fuck, so.
So Lindsay wants to know, saying what kind of engine is the 04 Pontiac Vibe GT? I mean, it's
It's a Toyota 4-cylinder.
with like, well, in 04, so in 2018, it has about 120 horsepower.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah, that's. I mean, I had fun with 150, so can't really say much.
No, you had fun with 118.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
Hey,
in 99. Yeah,
Hey, I
probably
mean-
about that.
Hey, I mean, I have fun with 195 horsepower in my Jeep Wrangler, so
It actually makes 195.
yeah, to the wheel.
Is it a TJ?
Yeah, it's a TJ. It's 06.
Fun.
I had.
Old cars from
Oh, wow.
the
That's
70s.
another one. I had
Are
a-
you sure it still has that much, though, Jacob?
Hey, it's got 140,000 miles on it, so it probably doesn't have that much now.
I know the Malibu probably doesn't because it's a 221.
But Jeep owners would say, hey, at 140,000 miles, that's barely getting out of the braking period. So
Yeah, the straight six, man. That thing.
them things are bulletproof.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And
All right, let's move.
and it makes a lot of noise when you cut the muffler off.
You wouldn't know. You would know.
Yep.
You've cut the muffler off. You put glass packs on.
Glass pack and the tailpipe is gone now.
Oh God.
Is that your only?
Wait, wait. Is it going to be that way when you come up my area?
Probably. Yeah, I'm not
Oh,
going to
Lord.
fix it for a while. It's just, it's
That should be fun.
Stream's got a problem, guys.
What?
Then they can't see the stream in the chat room.
I was gonna talk shit about the cutting the muffler off. Then I remembered my exhaust dumps right in front of my front tire. So I guess I can't say much there.
Yeah, but then again, yours is a Mustang, his is a Jeep.
Yeah, nobody expects that from a Jeep. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, funny story. So I was rolling into Cookout. Cookout is like a fast food chain here in North Carolina. And I rolled into the parking lot. Usually a bunch of like redneck truck guys are just hanging out in the parking lot. And I strolled in last night just to get some food. And I just floored the accelerator and just went high up in the RPMs. And them truck guys was like, what was that? Stock TJ with no muffler. I was like, where the heck did this guy come from?
Do they have inspections there?
Okay, so the county I live in, Roy Cooper, the governor of North Carolina, he passed a law saying if you live in a low populated county, you don't have to have an emissions test. So I got lucky.
Sounds like it. All right, let's move on to our next topic. So Lamborghini Tim wants to know, what's the best sounding car in our opinion?
Being the Mopar guy I am, I would say Dodge Demon. Haters gonna hate, but I love the Dodge Demon.
I haven't heard
V12 Murcielago.
Yeah, those sound good.
Aston Martin sound good. All the
Ooh, yeah,
The
those sound
thing
good.
is
Yeah.
that there are a lot of cars that sound good in their own, for that car. Like, there's
Yeah.
you can take a Murcielago, you can take a Lamborghini, you can take a Ferrari, you can take a Maserati, anything with more than 8 cylinder. Well, no, 12. There's some 12 cylinders that don't sound very good, but an 8 cylinder usually almost always sounds good if properly done. And really, almost any car can sound good with taking the time to do a really good exhaust on it and take the time.
Mm-hmm.
Cadillac North Star V8, the exception to that. They sound fucking terrible.
Well, that's
They are so bad.
sideways. You can't put log tube headers in it. Take that engine out. You put it into a rear-wheel drive configuration. You can make it sound good.
What do you know from experience or something?
No, it will. The problem with that car is the headers. It's sideways.
Yeah,
it's a front-wheel drive car.
Yeah.
So
personally, I'd probably have to say any LS or newer LT sounds really good too.
They do.
You don't look convinced.
What else? The Fords sound good too. Really?
Yeah, true. Like the 5.0s actually sound pretty good too.
Yeah.
They have their own distinct sound to them.
Yeah, but like the Crown Vic, even that sounds good when you put an exhaust on it. The 4.6 sounds good.
Yeah.
So I was reading a page yesterday on it was like a 357-inch LSX motor, but it was a flat plane crank, and it was made for an NHRA stock Eliminator car, and it would rev to like 10.2 or 10,300 RPMs, and it was fucking retarded. It was like a buzzsaw. It was amazing.
Wow. Good Lord.
So if you get a chance, look that up. LSX flat plane crank. It's incredible.
Another engine I would say sounds really good is a SB2 out of NASCAR.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep, those sound pretty good too. I think most V8s in general sound good, like Greg was saying, except some.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, even some V6s don't sound that bad.
Or
Most
six
of them sound
cylinders in
terrible.
general. Hey,
Like
hey,
the-
my
the-
straight six sounds pretty damn good.
6-cylinders. The problem is that their car manufacturers today are not trying to make them loud. They're trying to quiet them,
Yeah,
hit that balance. I mean, I've heard some things on if you take a V6 Camaro and you put long tube headers on it and you put race cats on it and you put a nice like race muffler on it, they sound pretty good,
and screams, yeah.
but
Well, 6th gen has a dual
$1,000
mode.
minimum to do it.
The 6th gen has a dual mode exhaust on the V6.
Yeah. I haven't heard it though. I don't know if it actually sounds good.
I mean, like you were saying with the manufacturers trying to quiet the cars, they do that with V8s too. Like my
Right.
friend Pete's ZL1, it was pretty quiet before he put the intake on.
Yeah.
And then, like, the intake completely freaking awakened that exhaust. Now it pops.
Does the same thing to my exhaust. The intake, I put a ram air intake and it just it completely changed the whole sound of the car. I mean, completely. Like before I did that, you could barely hear the engine. Now you hear it, and you'll hear it in my videos.
Yeah. What are you drinking? Wine?
Yeah.
That works. That works. And then the second question from Lamborghini Tim is most memorable car moment.
Bringing home my 1976 Camaro in 1988 on October 31st. It was bright orange because in Pennsylvania at that time, your license, a junior license, you had to be in by midnight. It got the name Pumpkin, and I brought it home on Halloween.
Nice.
Wow.
That is cool.
What
That
color
works.
was it though?
What's that?
Did you say it was orange?
Yeah, it was bright orange.
Okay.
It was the pumpkin.
Yeah. I guess mine's similar. When I picked up my C7 Corvette off the truck, ordered it, showed up at the dealer, and then I made a video, and it's still like my #1 video. Is like 360,000 views, something like that. So
Wow.
insane. And it started my YouTube career, I guess, really. Or jump
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, jump started it, yeah. Coder Man, what about you?
I was going between two. Picking up my latest car was a lot of fun, but I think I'm going to have to go with taking my son for a ride in the Lamborghini Gallardo. That my friend was supposed to just give him a ride, and he just sent me the keys and said, "Here, just go take it out." So that was pretty
That's
crazy.
Well,
That's awesome.
yeah, that's really good. Jacob, did you already go?
I think my most memorable car moment was getting to drive a Gen 2 Viper GTS for the first time last year on Easter Sunday, I believe. Yeah. And that was a sketchy drive. That car is just so scary. No stability control, no traction control, no nothing. Oh, God, it was scary.
Yeah. For me, it's I'm kind of stuck between like 2 or 3. One was either when I got to drive that Charger Scat Pack. Another one was when I got to ride in Brady's Fox. I don't know.
I need to go for a ride in that Mustang when I get up there.
Yeah. If Brady's back when you're still there around.
Oh,
But
godly. That thing just looks insane.
sounds insane, too.
Mhm.
Ain't that right, Brady?
It's not too bad.
I don't know. It'd probably have to be one of those for me.
So I'm going to share this, and then I'm going to have to get off here and go do stupid Army accountability shit. But it was 2 summers ago, right after I got my car, I was at the track with John Bison and stock as a rock Fox Body Mustang. Broke into the 13.5s because I took the cooling fan off and took the serpentine belt off of it and ran it no accessories for one pass down the track. And I picked up 4 mile an hour and 3/10 from it.
Damn.
And that was probably the best
That's
from it.
huge.
And then I burned the shit out of myself because the car was overheating really, really bad when I had to put the belt and the fan back on. So I still got the scars on my hands from that.
Wow.
Oh, wow. One question before you go, though, Brady.
Alrighty.
How much did you want for that bike since you never answered me?
You can have it for a bill. 100.
Okay. That'll work.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
We'll see you
all.
later then.
Yep.
Have fun.
Is this a motorbike, Jay, or?
No, pedal bike, but it gets me something to get around a little bit, like in town and shit, quicker.
Yeah, don't run into the tunnel hall.
Oh, fuck off, Jacob. That was not my fault. The damn brake cable snapped. I don't want to hear shit. That was not my fault. That was the one time I didn't fucking reckon it was my fault.
Oh my gosh.
Lindsay in the comments said her most memorable moment was burnouts at the first YouTube call out.
Yeah, I could see that. That's completely one that slipped my mind was the call out because that was actually a lot of fun. First time seeing drag racing and stuff too.
Yeah, it was fun, but I wouldn't say it was my most memorable. I mean, it was
True.
interesting, but I mean, maybe one of my most memorable YouTube moments, but not common.
Yeah. I know what one of my most memorable moments is going to be.
Have you heard? I mean, you were live. You heard the stories of my car stories on Sunday.
Yeah. I don't remember all of them, but yeah.
Go back and watch the video.
Oh, come on. I'm not going to remember them all anyway. I had too much shit to remember.
Lindsay says, I'm a mom, Greg. I have no life. Well, I'm a dad, you know.
Notice how she said you notice how she said she did a burnout in a rental?
Oh, boy.
That's how you do it. That's how you properly have a rental.
Yeah, hey, Jacob, I don't know if I told you this, but the YouTube call out on the 29th, if I get to make it there, I'm going to get to drive a 1,000 horsepower Hellcat afterwards.
Oh, geez. Are you talking? Is Paul from Family Cruising going to let you drive it? Nice. Kudos to Paul.
Yeah.
Speaking of Paul, where in the world is he getting all these cars from? Every video I see him post is like, I bought a new car.
Here's the thing, though. The thing is that he told him he could drive the Hellcat. The thing is that that's not the car he's bringing.
No, it is. No, it is. I asked him.
He's probably going to bring his Focus.
He's going to bring the GT500.
No, he told me he was bringing the new Ram that he got and the Hellcat. He was towing the Hellcat with the Ram.
Yeah, until you said he would let you drive it. Now he's bringing the GT500.
Shut up, Greg.
Oh my goodness.
All right, whatever. Speaking of the call out, if anyone else is going, be sure to put down in the comments if you're going, whether you're watching this live or not live.
Man,
possibly.
Man, I'll tell you what, if the call out was like on May 8th or 9th, I would be heading up that way by then, and I would go. Nope, it's on fucking April 28th.
Yeah, for me, it's like I have the money for the trip. It's just, one, don't know if the Malibu is going to be able to go. And my second option is my friend Steven with his 69 C10, if it's running. So it's kind of, I don't know whether to say, yes, I'm going, or I don't know.
See, I was going to go to the last call out, but see, John Dock never got back to me about transportation. I was supposed to ride with him.
Oh, did you ask him this time?
Well, you see, I don't talk to him very much because he's busy.
That's how a lot of the big YouTubers are.
He's too busy trying to fix his Camaro because he blew up his intercooler.
Yeah.
That's what happens. That's what happens when you run full boost on a dyno.
That's only a little over 2 weeks away. And what's funny this time around is that I don't see the videos like you saw at the first two, where it was I'm going or the response video.
Yeah, it's like nobody's getting hyped for it.
No, they're not. And that $200 to run down the track, a lot of people have been saying no way.
Yeah.
And then,
I know several people who I will not name.
Yeah,
just because I don't want to put them out there. They were flat out saying it's like I'm not going to pay no $200 to race.
Yeah,
like what's the point in that when you can go to a testing tune that's what, like 30 to run your car?
I think here at Galati, local track to me, it's like $36 to run a car. Yeah.
It's like
it's an
I'll be
it's
honest,
an 8 mile track.
Like I'm excited to go, but it's not like the last call out where I was like really, really excited to go to the call out in itself.
Yeah.
I'm kind of most excited more about driving the Hellcat than the actual call out itself.
Bro, I would be too, man.
I mean, with only 50 spots, they should have sold out in no time, and there's still spots available.
Yeah.
Well, that's because it's $200 and some. Like if it was like 100 or under, I could see more people going.
I could see 75 to 100 because it's a limited number and things like that. But
yeah,
no more. I mean, 100 more than $100. I mean, for a test and tune, no trophy, no bracketing, no nothing. Just to say I ran in front, and someone I know wanted to do it, and they were mad that they couldn't do it at the last one because they felt that having their car on the track would boost their YouTube channel. And we're telling them, no, you just driving down that track as a nobody's going to care unless you pop that wheelie.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to care.
Who was that guy racing
John? Joe.
Yeah, Redneck Joe.
Mafia? Yeah. Redneck Mafia Joe, yeah. Hey, I might also get to ride in his Regal if it doesn't break. I might get to do that after the call out too. Well, we'll see how much time I have and what actually happens. But
so
he said if they ride in the Regal if it don't break.
So the last call out, they let people run too, or no?
They didn't let people run, but there was stories going around of how you could, what you had to do it, because like basically apparently like there's I can't remember his name. He had the I shouldn't say anyway, but he was telling people how to do it. Like you had to like. The problem with Cecil County is that they are so unorganized, the track itself, that you can do what you want down there. Because like they weren't supposed to let anybody in till like 8 o'clock. Because I was planning to get down there at 7 to get in line to get in at 8. Well, they were already letting people in at 8 or at 7.
Well, that's because it was packed and it was like all the way down the street was a line. Like I was the first one there. And it was like it started packing up at like what was it, 6:30, and I got there around maybe 5:30. Yeah, just because I knew there was going to be a line, I'd rather be there first and wait.
I'd have been there earlier if I didn't have if I didn't get a flat tire on the way down.
Yeah. Hold on. Lindsay is like, haha, sounds so dirty. What you had to do. Oh, I get what she meant now.
What did you have to do?
Yeah, what did you have to do to race?
It was like you had to
talk to $5.
That's the classified shit right there.
Talk to somebody, and then it really wasn't. It wasn't hard. You just needed to know what to do.
Yeah.
You know, like they're so unorganized. They don't know who is and isn't supposed to race, so you could get around it, because what was happening is that friends of the 717 crew were then told, yeah, you can race, here's what you do, and it started getting around, so people started finding out, and there was only a couple, but still the big thing about the call out was that There were a lot of complaints last time because there was so much dead time. You know, you stood in the
Yeah, there was a lot of dead time, like between cars going. It's like, okay, where's the next car?
yeah.
Like,
So
are
we
they
were
stopped
trying to
or what's
get
going on?
an extra 50 cars there to run, but I don't know. You know what? They also there was a lot more call outs at the last one. Like there really
Yeah, there
weren't
was. This one, there was like what, maybe 5, 10 at the most.
there wasn't a lot. And then you have people who are racing but weren't called out, like Hammer Down Motorsports is racing, but he didn't get an official call out.
And like Jimbo too. Jimbo really wasn't called out on the last one either, was he? But he was racing.
No.
Yeah.
And Supercars of Philadelphia, I don't remember him actually being called out. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all friends of them, and they're letting them all ride, which is fine, and there's not a problem with that. But it's like you're calling it the YouTube call out, but then you have all these people racing that weren't.
I mean, in my personal opinion for this one, they could have called way more many people out. That's the thing. There was like so many more people they could have called out. It's not like, you know, there's only that many people in this area. There's so many more YouTubers that they could have called out.
Yeah.
Small or big.
Yeah.
Like there's probably more big ones than they've called out.
Well, I knew I knew the price before they announced it. I knew all of that stuff because I mean, come on, it was real hard to figure out YouTubeCallout.com. I mean, I was just like, okay, let's see. One night, I'm like, you know, I heard about that there was going to be a website, and that's what was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. I found that out at Motorama. So, I mean, how hard is it to figure out what's their website going to be? Well, let's try a YouTube call out. Yep, there it is. So
the one thing I didn't like was when they put that website together, they didn't have all the information.
no,
Like they said.
You know
because my thing was like the car show and admission. There was no just admission.
No,
I'm sitting there thinking, so what is tickets like $35 or what?
You know what? I'll tell you what. I wouldn't. Here's the thing: if I'm going down there on April 29th, I'm not paying early. I'm not putting the money out because if it rains that day, I don't want to be out money. I'm not. What am I? Even if I prepaid, what am I going to save? $2? I'm not going to do it. I don't usually do it to even car shows. I don't prepay because if it rains and you have other plans on the rain date and stuff like that, I usually don't prepay.
Shut up, Lindsay.
I saw that in the comments. I was like,
I knew that's what you were laughing about.
what a savage.
Oh, what the fuck? What's this camera? Oh, fucking piece of shit. I guess you'll see half of my head. Whatever.
Lindsay, next time, just bop him. Just bop the screen there. Just bop his head.
And give him a Klondike bar in the process.
Hey, Marco.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's another thing. They could have called out Marco too.
Hey, yeah. Hey.
Yeah, but you think about it, Send It Steve will be there. I think what it is that they're allowing 100 racers, and they already got 50 slots filled up. So they're selling the extra 50.
Yeah, but who's the other ones? Because I mean, they didn't call out anywhere close to 50.
Jimbo. I can't remember his name.
Describe the car.
What about
the SRT, the
cars?
the
They don't even
Cadillac
talk about them
Escalade,
anymore.
Hold on. Greg's talking and Marco's talking at the same time. One at a time.
This is making my head spin here. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's
Okay, Greg, finish what you were saying, and then Marco can go.
It's gonna be Steve first. It's gonna be Jimbo. It's gonna be Supercars of Philadelphia. It's gonna be the guy with the Escalade last time, the supercharged Escalade, and the CTSV. He's got the wagon, the CTSV wagon. It's friend of Mike's. It's going to be all those guys. Those are, I guarantee you, there's close to 50 cars just in people that they're going to have there that they didn't call out.
Yeah, I don't see the point of that.
Plus the
Why not
cars.
call out everyone that you want racing? That's what I would do.
I would too. I mean, but you know, I talked to Lauren, and I remember her telling me that basically she was like, you guys go. She wants nothing to do with it. She will run the day. She will help out that day. She wants nothing to do with the planning because they're so unorganized. That's what she said. The way that they plan is just makes her head spin.
Yeah, because I messaged her to ask like whether were tickets $30 like at the gate or whatever, or like what was going on there, because none of that was said on the website what the regular admission was. But she said it is $20 like last time, and I'm sitting there like it better be, because I ain't fucking going for 30.
I think it will be. I don't see any. I mean, you got to remember the first one was 10, and that went to the track.
Yeah, and then actually it was 10/20. If I remember correctly, for people saying they upped it during
they upped it like halfway through or something out of
something
nowhere.
like that. Yeah, it's like if they pull that shit, I'll just sit outside and wait for the call out to be over and then drive the Hellcat.
Sit outside and get people coming in and out. Like the first one, that little kid, man, he just sat there and got all the people leaving and had like tons and tons and tons of views. It was the most viewed call out video was people leaving.
Oh, what, from the first one?
The first one.
That's probably that one that I seen, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah, there's only one kid. It was one kid out there, like him and his friends. It was one video.
I remember when me and Steven was leaving the second one, there was a bunch of kids just standing there and they were yelling at people to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, Steven just fucking floored it in the Malibu, and we squealed wheels and went. I'm like, okay, I wasn't expecting you to do that, but all right.
There's no cops around usually after that one. Not right outside the gate.
Yeah. Usually around the gate. At least I never saw any, like when we were leaving or anything like
coffee.
that.
There's cops all over the place, man.
Yeah. Well, unless you live in buttfuck nowhere.
But you don't have a Cars and Coffee there either.
Actually, technically, we do in Cumberland I think it's like once a month. But I haven't actually been able to go to it because every time they have had it, I haven't been able to get there.
I need to go to Cars and Coffee, either the one in Raleigh or one in Wake Forest, because those are the two big ones here in the state.
Plus, the one day that they did it last month, it was like shitty weather, and I'm like, I'm just like, yeah, I highly doubt anyone showed up anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You guys have anything else you want to talk about, or should we just end it here?
It's up to you.
Actually, Marco, are you going to the call out?
No, I'm not planning on it.
No, we got more interesting things to do.
Yeah, what I was saying is like, I think they like blacklisted DFR because they.
That's what I'm starting to think too.
Yeah.
Because they don't talk about him anymore either.
Yeah.
And like they didn't call him out to go either.
No.
Here's gonna be the telltale. If Andy's at the call out. If he's not, then clearly something, is a little bit off from what they're saying.
They're saying they're all friends, but he's not showing up to anything. I mean, he wasn't at Motorama. He, in fact, had an open house when Motorama was going on. Yeah, I don't know. They want to sell this, but it's really a hard sell. And I like Andy. I still watch his videos.
Yeah, Andy's really cool.
Yeah.
So I have nothing against Andy. I mean, yeah, I get it. He made a mistake.
I get it.
Everyone makes fucking mistakes. That doesn't mean you got to fucking bury the dude.
I get it with Nick. If I were Nick, I would be extremely pissed. But
yeah, like that's reasonable to be pissed.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, it's just like if they say that they're all for now. Here's the other side of that, though. Let's look at it this way. What would happen to Andy if he showed up at the call out? Or he showed up at Motorama? The fans are going to get on his ass about it.
Right.
That's the other side.
Yeah, true.
So I don't know,
I don't know. I'll be honest. Like, if he did come to the call out and I saw some people starting shit with him, I'd fucking walk over there and just be like, hey, why don't you quit being an asshole and be fucking respectful? Like, Jesus Christ.
Would you
You
get
want
the
to start
security
shit? Go back to your
shirt,
fucking
with
keyboard.
the dark sunglasses, or would you wear the suit? You know, the black suit with the black shirt. You know, be his bodyguard.
Wow. No, it's just like I don't like people
hang out with
fucking
him all
starting
day.
shit with people like that. It's like, really? Grow up. You don't have to start crap.
Well, I'm going in for one reason and one reason only. I'm going to see Lindsay.
That don't sound awkward at all. I'm just
Lindsay's
busting.
on here all the time. We have
That's true.
conversations and stuff. I've never met
Lindsay's
her.
cool.
She is going, right? She is
Yeah,
going, right?
Lindsay's cool as
I
hell.
talked to her a couple months ago too. She said she was going.
Well, Lindsay, hopefully if I get to go, you can say hi if you see me. It's not like I'm hard to miss.
You have a good view of his forehead.
Yeah.
Recognize that forehead anywhere.
Give him some Klondike bars in the process too.
Wow, Jacob.
Hey, me and Lindsay can hang out anytime we want to because she lives probably 40 minutes from me. She lives in Raleigh.
Hey, why don't you ask her if she'll take you to the call out?
Well, you see, I'm going to be still in school.
Mm.
I don't get out of school until May 2nd.
Ah.
And then May 7th is when I'm heading up your way, JA, close to New Jersey.
May 7th?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the day after my birthday.
Oh, late birthday present then.
Hey, maybe you'll have to stop by, like, on your way there.
Yeah, I think where
You'll
you're
just
at.
have to let me know ahead of time so I'm actually where you show up.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, where you're at is on the way to Clifton, New Jersey, where I'll be staying.
Yeah, so that would make sense to be our first, collab type of ordeal.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and then you could
it
probably.
doesn't have to be anything like, real fancy. You can come down another time and, like, I can review the Jeep or we do something. But it doesn't have to be that first time.
Do you have a way to, like, take a subway up to New Jersey?
Nope.
Train, maybe.
Train or whatever? Dude, because
I am broke.
you could always come up to Clifton, New Jersey, where I'll be staying.
That's easier said than done.
Yeah, true, but, you can always try. Doesn't hurt to try.
You're 78, isn't it? Isn't it right?
I'll tell you why it's a pain in the ass when we're off air.
Lindsay was like, I'll take you to the call out, Chiz.
Alrighty, well, I guess we'll end it here for tonight, so this isn't going to be too terribly long, which it probably already is, but
So good night
whatever.
from JA's forehead.
Here, look at a fucking Chevelle, motherfucker. It's backwards with this. Is that backwards?
Nope.
Not from us.
Okay, whatever. Shows backwards on my screen. Whatever. Whatever. We'll see you guys next video.